Hello everyone, this is my 2023 BMW R1250GS adventure, or a big GSA. And this is my 2024 GasGas ES700, which is basically a red KTM. So it's basically the same bike as the KTM 690 Enduro R or the Husky 701 Enduro. So in this video I will show you why I bought the second bike, what is the idea behind that, and what is my plan with the GasGas, and what's going to happen with the GS, or better call it, watch this video before you buy a big GS. So back in 2023, I decided to change my bike. I was riding a big cruiser, or relatively big cruiser, a Yamaha Dragster XVS700, and it was just standing there in the yard, not doing so much because I didn't have a lot of reasons why to drive it. It was all the same, and it was not as exciting as before. And then I stumbled upon the whole adventure bike hype, and I got myself R1250GS Adventure. That's the big bike that I wanted. I really love it. After the test drive, I just fell in love with it, and then I went with it. But I also wanted to go off-road. For me, it was not enough just to have a GS and ride it on the pavement. I really wanted to go out there and explore the suburbs, explore the mud, the fields, the forest. It was just the image that was very appealing to me, and apparently it was the thing that I really wanted. So fast forward 6 or 8 months, I passed a couple of enduro trainings. I started to ride alone, also in the groups. So I wouldn't say advanced. I can still consider myself a beginner, but it was not the same feeling of fear that I had in the very beginning. I was more comfortable. I became more comfortable on the bike, off the bike as well. Probably I never fell that often, that many times on any other bike than on GS, because I was continuously off-road and I was pushing myself. At some point I just realized that, all the weight of the GS, it really hangs on me. And I don't have the skills to ride the bike yet the way I want it, without risking of falling off it, without dropping it, and then facing the consequence of needing to pick up the bike. Therefore, at some point after I did a German TED, I struggled a lot with the bike, and I pulled my back several times so badly. I just realized, well, probably it is not the bike for me to learn the skill. And enters the 690 family. I was looking for something that would be relatively, I wouldn't say cheap, it will be affordable, and at the same time will be easy to pick up, and I would be able to go long distance. Will not need to service the bike every 15 or 30 hours, depending on the use, like something that you would have with 350, for example, right? Or the whole enduro and off-road family. And yeah, well, 690 apparently just checked all the boxes. It was relatively light. It was easy to maintain. It is proven with all its problems and benefits. But yeah, I just fell in love with an idea of getting another bike, and well, I was lucky enough to get this one relatively cheap comparing to the other options like 690 and 701. I think I got this for 8,700 euros, while comparable 690 or 701 was about 11,000. So that was a great deal. I'm not sure what's happening with GasGas now. The whole KTM story, as you might heard, the KTM has financial issues. However, this video is not about that. Yeah, so I will show you what is the plan with that, and all the accessories I bought for the GasGas, and where is it going. What a beauty! Look at this. Racing red, how we call it. It really stands out in comparison to a orange KTM or a Husky. What is it? White, yellow, blue. It's so unique. You don't see that many of those on the streets, at least here where I live. So what's the plan with that? There are going to be guards on the engine on both sides. There's going to be protection on the ABS sensor and cable. I'm not sure about the foot pegs. Foot pegs seem to be too high for my height. Definitely heel guards with strap points for my saddlebags are going to come on top here. The feeler cap. Not sure about the exhaust. Need to see how it goes. People say it runs real hot. Haven't noticed that yet in my first 100 kilometers with the bike. Something that I will keep as an option. Yeah, what's different from the GS? Obviously, it's a lighter bike. It's an enduro. It's not an adventure bike. It's all 21 and I believe 18 inches wheel in the back, 21 at the front. Single cylinder thumper. It's a very interesting sound, something unusual, really raw, but it goes forward very strong. Yeah, with the front, you get a lot of buffeting, obviously, because the wind protection just is not existing in the GasGas. But that's not what I bought it for. The idea is to build the skills with it and potentially also transfer that to GS. This front is, nothing. It looks really simple. The dash, as you can see, is also very basic. It's not that I need all kind of LCD or TFT screens or whatever, but it doesn't have USB connection, which is very important for charging the phone, for navigation, etc. I would really love to have more protection. Therefore, I'm looking for a rally kind of setup here. I'm probably going to be building or buying or building a rally tower. All the rally towers that I saw, they're unreasonably expensive. I mean, I understand there's a lot of engineering goes into that. There's a lot of development here. I mean, Aurora especially, the carbon fiber options like Raid Garage and others, but the price can vary there from, I don't know, 1,500 to 3,000 to 3,000 euros. So that's something that fits the budget. So I have a 3D scanner, I have a 3D printer, I have some modeling skills. So this winter probably is going to be a time for doing a project of building a rally machine out of the GasGas. It's such a nice platform. In my opinion, it's relatively simple. Of course, it has all the electronics and whatnot here, but comparing to GS, there's not so much to go wrong relatively on the modern scale of things. Of course, it has fuel injection. Of course, it has ABS, cornering ABS, and all kind of things. But everything is really accessible. It's a light bike. It's really easy to pick up for me, at the very least, comparing to the GS, which is 268 kilograms with all the Outback MotorTech engine protection, probably way beyond that. Of course, one can argue it has a relatively low center of mass. However, depending on which side and how it falls on the ground, it can be very, very, very tricky to pick up. With this bike, I never had any issues. I on purpose put it on the floor, on the ground, with different positions, different configurations, and at all times I was very comfortable picking this up without pulling my back. This bike is, I think, 147 kilos dry and about 160 wet, which is quite manageable. So it's more than 100 kilograms less than GS, which is, I think, the sweet spot for something that can be an enduro bike to build the skills, but also can be kind of an adventure bike where you can go longer distances if you want to go TAT or like multi-day trip. So that should be perfect. But of course, for that, I need to build a rally tower, because going on a highway in this setup for me was very, very uncomfortable, at least at the speeds that that comfortable for me and comfortable to go in a group. So I'm talking about 110, 130 kilometers an hour. Yeah, all in all, a very fun bike to ride on a trail that I took it on just for a test drive. I was way quicker than I was on GS, and it made a lot more fun to ride this bike. So we'll see. The plan for now is to build the skills on that, build the rally tower, make it legal as well, and who knows, maybe that will be my only bike, or I will still have two bikes, but will be more prepared to ride off-road with the GS after that. Here are the different accessories I bought so far. We'll see obviously the rack for the luggage. We have the heel guards, aka strap points for my saddlebags. This is a nice thing. I'm not sure if it's necessary, just looks very nice. That's a filter cap, a guard for the ABS sensor, just the shifter cover, I think. As you can see, everything is in tone with the bike color, which is red. The filler cap, the chain guards, and I got this AXP composite material patch plate, which is light and sturdy. And these are the guards from a company called 3D, engine guards from the company called 3D Moto.pl. They are all carbon fiber. The total weight is very light. The total weight is around 200 grams. Very nice service of them. I haven't tried them on, to be honest, but yeah, they should fit from the looks of it. Yeah, the original option is with glossy color coat, which I don't really like. I'm a fan of flat matte finish, and I asked them if they can do the finish. Yeah, they can do a matte finish, which is the same that they offer by default, I think, for T7. Yeah, and they said no problem at all. They also didn't put any stickers by my request, which is great. Yeah, very important. So yeah, this is it. This is the plan with the GasGas ES700. Build the skills, transfer them to GS, build the rally tower, have some fun with the bike. I already ordered parts from the KTM 450 rally motorbike, the windshield, a couple of other fasteners, the frame for the lights that I'm going to be using in order to build my own rally tower around the geometry of the bike and around the geometry of the parts that are available from the KTM. So the idea is to build the rally tower with already available components, OEM, not something custom that is hard to replace. Yeah, then obviously this is going to be a very fun project for me in the winter. So please follow the project, subscribe to the channel, like this video. That will really help me to move forward with that. And yeah, see you in other videos, and thank you so much for watching.